Our next witness is Meredith Page, school athlete at Radford University Volleyball. You're recognized for 5 minutes, so really appreciate you being here again. Thank you.
Chairman Bilirakis, Ranking Member Schakowsky, and distinguished members of the House Subcommittee on Innovation, Data, and Commerce, thank you for the opportunity to testify at this important hearing today. My name is Meredith Page, and I'm a junior on the women's volleyball team at Radford University, where I'm currently studying business management. Becoming a student athlete in 2021 truly changed my life. I've seen myself grow from an unsure girl to a confident woman with the empowerment of college athletics. Often a small decision leads to greater things, and I can enthusiastically say that my decision to join Radford Student Athlete Advisory Committee, also known as SAC, was one of those momentous decisions. By the end of my freshman year, I had been named our SAC president, and my passion for student athlete advocacy was born. Fast forward a year later, in addition to still being Radford's president, I was now the chair of the Big South Conference SAC and named the NCAA D1 SAC Big South representative. Both my institution and my conference extensively demonstrate the value they place on the student athlete voice and have inspired me to do the same. I've been honored to be a member of the Radford leadership team, where I participate in bi-weekly meetings, share the perspective of my fellow athletes, and learn from our administrators as they navigate operating our athletic department. My exposure to the values of the Big South Conference came as I attended my first Big South Leadership Conference. The attention given to learning from their athletes at that conference demonstrated the high regard they place on the student athlete experience. As my involvement in the conference has grown, so has the opportunities afforded to me, including a seat in conference CEOs, athletic directors, senior women's administrators, and faculty athletic representative meetings, and eventually a seat on Division I SAC. D1 SAC is dedicated to enhancing the student athlete experience. We're comprised of one student athlete from each 32 Division I conferences, representing over 190,000 student athletes. The NCAA is dedicated to our integration into the governance structure and all leadership committees to ensure that the student athlete voice from student athletes themselves is not lost. I'm incredibly grateful to the chairman for including protections against athlete employment status. Division I SAC is unified in your pursuit of these protections. An employment model presents many unknowns about what the future of college athletics looks like, with many questions to consider. Would institutions cut athletic programs to fund revenue-generating sports? How would this impact Title IX protections? What would happen to athletic scholarships? What does this do to the status of international student athletes? Many of these questions are at the forefront of student athletes' minds and need to be resolved before any new model is implemented, where we can finally put the emphasis back on the education, not the paycheck. The student athlete experience prepares individuals from all walks of life to write their own story. The elimination of athletes by classification of employment would be detrimental to the framework of college athletics and the dreams of youth athletes across the country. Swimming, volleyball, tennis, and the rest on the long list of non-revenue generating sports cannot be forgotten. It's so easy to lose touch with who is behind those titles. Future doctors, lawyers, CEOs, and most importantly, the next generation of leaders. They do not deserve to get lost in the narrative. The NCAA, excelling under Charlie Baker's leadership, has taken great action to the protection of student athletes, though the effectiveness is dimmed by a patchwork of state laws. Uniformity is key. A cohesive set of rules ensures that every student athlete, regardless of their program or location, can benefit from their NIL without unnecessary complications. Guardrails to help maintain the integrity of collegiate sports while offering student athletes the chance to capitalize on their personal brand. It is not just about the present, but also about creating a sustainable and fair system for future generations of student athletes. By advocating for uniformity, we can contribute to the environment where every student athlete has equal opportunity to navigate the realm of NIL. After all, when integrity, fairness, and competitiveness of college sports deviate, the student athletes are the ones impacted. I'm eager, alongside my peers, to collaborate with you and your colleagues to ensure that the interests of student athletes are at the center of the legislative process. I greatly appreciate your attention to this matter. Thank you for your dedication to public service and your commitment to the betterment of college sports.
Thank you so very much.